Good morning, everyone. I thought today I would let you see exactly what I'm doing. This is one of the big chunks going together. And of course, this piece is going to be 15 feet up in the air. It's not exactly sure how big it's going to be once we hang it. It's going to scrunch around and be dimensional a little bit. But somewhere between 5 by 11 and 6 by 11 or 12. We'll know once we put it in the space. Right here is a junction, and I've got several layers of fabric here because if I just use this shape, it's not necessarily going to hold together. And the amount of yards of fabric and layers in this piece is quite heavy. So it needs to have a good amount of structure with the stitching to it. We may even be adding some other type of structure to it as well. If I do that, that will actually be a first for me. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when we stage it. But today is Father's Day, and I wished all of the men in my life that are still living, which my father's not, but I always think of him today on Father's Day, a happy Father's Day. And so for any fathers out there who are watching, happy Father's Day to you. I talk some about meditative stitching. And I think I had an earlier video showing you about that. Some of you may have noticed when I talk to you in these videos that my thoughts can go one direction and then another. And that's because when I'm in the studio, very great deal of my time is spent in this activity that you see here. Without each little stitch, these pieces would not hold together. And every single bit of this that you see is all pieces, even this little piece that's like as thin as a needle. It's all stitched. So every stitch, what I like to do is try to put some kind of positive thought into it. And a little bit about my process. When I work with a client, if it's a commission piece, I'll usually go to their home or their office space or wherever it is that it's going to be. And we will look at the space and think about what kinds of influences that they're interested in. Usually when it's commissions for people's homes, it's people who typically they might have some land either where their home is or, nearby, or a place that they love. And I'll go and photograph that and get inspiration from that. And we work together and sort of bring a little bit of whatever it is that they love into the space. Which, now see, while I was talking, you can see something has happened here. And it should be a single thread, but it is two because I didn't pay attention. So now what I have to do to get out of this is, see if you can see, what I have to do is put the needle here and then take this scissor. It's very low tech what I do. Okay, and I go down to the bottom. Got to cut that off. And now, you see, I didn't mean to cut the whole thing off, which I've done before. So that's no problem because what I can do, unlike mistakes in life, sometimes none of mistakes in life aren't quite so easily fixed as knots. Those of you who are weavers can appreciate this. Like if you get in your warp, if you have a warp, oh, there came a notification. I should have turned that off. Oh well, it's real life that I'm giving you. Where was I? Oh, yes. So if you're weaving, sometimes you'll have a warp end that'll break or something, and it's the same kind of fixing. And I am a weaver. I miss my loom. One day I'll have enough room in my studio to set my upright tapestry loom back up. Then you'll see some things, because I will be able to weave some of the imagery, and then I'm getting excited just thinking about it. I could weave these images, and then I could stitch this on top of it, and then I could cut it away, and then I could stitch it back on. Oh, there's a lot of things I could do, but I have no room for that in this space right now, but I might one day. Anyway, look, so I made that knot and it didn't go away, so I gotta do it again. I was gonna say, ta-da! I made the knot go away, but I didn't. So some of you may be cracking up now. This is several moments in my work life. All right, so I go way in and then pull this so the knot just stays there just so, and push all that stuff in there. Some of you are thinking, oh my God, look at what she's doing. It does, it's time consuming, but this doesn't happen to me that often. It's because I'm trying to talk to you and do this at the same time. You can watch my hands. And, okay, so now I'm back where I need to be. Push this in again. Now hopefully I can say ta-da. Pull this out. And ta-da. I'm back on track. So I will just say that getting back on track can be easy. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching.